Previously on Nature Unearthed. I notice her face pressed to my finger, but continue speaking. I feel a tickle just beneath her. What I don't realize is that Black Widow bites are often unnoticeable, and she is already pumping venom into my system.
They're actually very beautiful creatures. Very intelligent creatures. I had an experience at one point with a black widow that was in my garage, and I was chasing it with my
Her raised front legs are the second sign I missed. Another good look, and a continued tickling sensation is why I suddenly remove her. But the first attempt reveals her face is stuck to my finger. Too late. The venom is already acting.
It's been about 40 minutes since I handled the Black Widow. I believe some of her venom got on my finger. You can see it right there. It's kind of sweaty. It burns and it's slightly painful. You can see some discoloration. Alright, it's been about an hour and 20 minutes since I've handled the Black Widow, and my finger is sweaty. You can see a little sweat on the back of my palm as well, and you can see my right middle finger is starting to swell just a little bit. I've got a little pressure here under my elbow, and there's a little pressure right behind my right pectoral. So that just goes to show the potency of the Black Widow venom. Remember, I was not bitten, but I believe that while I was holding her, that some venom got on the surface of my skin. Perhaps she was cleaning her chelicerae. I don't know exactly what happened, but it began as a very minute tingle. That tingle grew to an itch, and that itch became painful. Now it is a welling pain, probably about 4 to 7, just kind of growing and subsiding on a scale of 10. So, that just goes to show how strong, how toxic the Black Widow venom truly is. Now, I like to treat things like this in a very specific way. And just to give you a little bit more detail on how it feels. Right now, it feels like I just took a sting from a large red harvester ant. It is very painful. You can see it's kind of trembling, and the swelling is already taking effect not only on top but on the bottom. And this is where I believe that venom just touched the surface of my skin. I like to take two particular things for insect bites, stings, and that is 1 vitamin C and 2 charcoal. And I had my wife get a charcoal poultice ready. I'm going to apply it and just monitor the situation as it continues on. All right, so I'm going to put some charcoal inside of a paper towel, and we're just going to go ahead and wrap the paper towel with the charcoal around the finger, and we're going to leave it there and monitor it for a little while. Now, I've also taken vitamin C internally as well as some charcoal internally, so that any of the venom that may have gotten through the skin is going to be absorbed and counteracted by both of those and boost the immune system so that it can continue fighting off whatever venom may have gotten through.
You need to keep the charcoal going internally also.
You can see the clamminess on the back of my hand. That's just kind of a strange effect as well. My finger hurts really bad, like really bad. So my greatest remedy for all things painful is to take a nap. I will see you all in about 2 hours. It's been about 2 hours since I was bitten. And yeah, it is very painful on my finger. The back of my hand is sweating. Man, it is just something else. But anyway, I'm taking a nap. Good night. Almost 4 hours later, swelling is reduced. Ice has been really good. Back of my hand is still very clammy. And all along my forearm is now clammy. On the inside of my elbow, there's some pressure, but nothing major. I think that just goes to show how toxic that venom is. Obviously, there's not a bite, but just touching the surface of my skin has caused that much. I just wanted to also mention how amazing a bucket of ice is for relieving the intense pain on my hand, my finger, from this, I don't want to call it a bite because I wasn't bitten, but that venom is just so toxic. And again, I mean, you can just see all the way down my forearm is just clammy and just feels kind of, not painful, but pressure, just from that slight bit right there on the tip of my finger. But things are coming along well. I'm feeling good. This ice has been really, really helpful. All right, it's been about 5.5, almost 6 hours since handling that Black Widow. And as I've done a little more research, as I've looked up some of the symptoms, I am beginning to believe that I, in fact, was bitten on my finger by that Black Widow. They call it latrodectism, and I'm exhibiting all of the symptoms of taking a bite. Within that first hour, it began to become painful. I'm beginning to sweat, and everywhere that I am sweating or becoming clammy, I'm also getting that goosebump skin. I'm beginning to feel some pressure up in my chest area as well. And so I'm beginning to think that maybe I did. Some places online were saying that it feels like a pinprick or a burning sensation. Remember, I said it felt like a very, very slight tingle, which I guess that's a pinprick, but it didn't hurt, it didn't itch, it didn't burn at all. It was very, very slight, almost like if you just rub your hand, the knuckle of your finger like that, and it tickles. That's how it initially felt. Again, there's no necrosis, there's no major swelling, there's no bruising. The ice has helped greatly. The charcoal has been great. I've taken more internally. I've taken more vitamin C as well. And I'm healing quite nicely. So I'll keep you updated and see how it goes from here. I just don't feel good. My chest hurts so bad.
Should I pour it out?
I just feel like I can't stretch enough. I'm starting to get all sweaty all over.
Drink some water.
Thank you, baby. As you can see, there's still no bruising, no necrosis. But wow, I just feel super ill, like sick. My back hurts, my chest is like aching. I'm sweaty all over. I'm just not feeling good. I need to take another nap. Oh.
Here's some water.
Oh, thank you, buddy. So after a couple of sets on the bench, I feel pretty good. I'm not as clammy. A lot of that pressure has subsided. Still kind of feeling a little weird in the head, but that's all right. So my finger's still on fire. My chest doesn't hurt so much anymore, but now my hips, my back are just aching. And I got this trail of just clamminess that wraps around my forearm to my elbow, and it is just extremely uncomfortable, but my back right now is just killing me. And so I got about 3 hours to go. They say it lasts about 12 hours, so we'll see. Hey everyone, I just got out of a contrast shower that's alternating hot and cold in order to stimulate the blood and try to keep everything flowing really well. It's been just about 12 hours and my finger still hurts. If you were to look at them, probably couldn't tell that one was different from the other. I still have this weird spiral of clammy, goosebumpy skin. That pain and pressure I was experiencing in my chest is pretty much gone, but it has migrated down kind of in my rib cage and more in my pelvic region, particularly in my lower back, just above my tailbone. It's really painful in that area right now. Also, I had a slight ankle injury about a week and a half ago. Thought it was completely gone, felt 100% this morning, and now it is aching like it is a fresh injury. So, we'll see what happens come morning and go from there. I feel so horrible right now. All right. Oh, I feel horrible. But I'm gonna get through this real good, okay guys? So 25 hours later, my body feels pretty good. I didn't get much sleep at all last night. Tossed and turned a lot. Too hot, too cold, too uncomfortable. Aches and pains. The one thing right now that's strange is my feet hurt. The soles of my feet, the balls of my feet in particular. My toes hurt a little bit. My finger is not so bad. No real pain in it. I still have this sweaty spiral around my forearm. And yeah, I think that things have gone pretty well. I just need to get some food in me now. All right, we are day 2, about 37 hours post handling the Black Widow. And as you can see, the treatment has been good on my finger. Almost no identifying difference between the two of them. This is the one that was bitten. Do have slight pain on this knuckle. Do still have this weird clammy spiral around my forearm. But as far as my head, my chest, my back, all that feels great. The pain has migrated down all the way to my feet, and it's pretty much the soles of my feet that hurt, and they hurt incredibly. After a little more research, 12 hours, some people are saying, is not accurate, but rather 5 days is how long these symptoms can last. And we're just going to continue with the treatment and see how we do tomorrow. One of the things I did want to mention is that the pain comes in waves. So I'll be doing good, feeling like I'm all right, and then slowly the pain will start coming on and build up until it's so painful that I can hardly move and I just feel really horrible. And then it'll slowly start to subside. I'll take some more charcoal, a little more vitamin C, some echinacea, and I'll feel good again for a number of hours. But again, we'll just continue monitoring and see how that goes. So here I am 48 hours later, and most of the pain in my finger is completely gone. There's a very, very slight little red spot. I still have a very slight spiral of clamminess around my forearm. But the big thing is that the soles of my feet are just in a lot of pain, both of them. Just pain like I've never felt before, and I just cannot get rid of it. So I don't know how long that's gonna last. Other than that, I feel pretty good. Let's continue monitoring and go from there. Again, 48 hours out. So 51 hours later, and my knee is hurting. I think I'm just catching another wave of the venom, and it'll probably pass in about 5 or 10 minutes. But, oh man, it is painful. Like, my feet hurt really bad. And I just feel kind of like sick. But then I get good for a few hours and then it'll come back again. So we'll see. Good morning, everyone. This will be my final update. Last night, dealing with the intense pain that was in my feet, I decided I would take a little pain medication to try to find some relief, and it worked. I had the best night's sleep that I've had all week. And here, now 73 hours after handling the spider, I am pain-free. No pain in my chest, my back, my legs, my feet feel great. Now, it's only time for me to get out and enjoy another hunt for nature.
2 weeks later, a hard bump is all that's left on my finger. If you're at all squeamish, stop the video right now. I cut into and squeeze the bump. Both the cut and the squeeze are completely painless. While I'm not exactly sure what came out, this little bump was my last reminder of my battle with the Black Widow venom. I'm glad I had this experience. I learned much concerning confidence and wisdom. A proverb states, "He that trusts in his own heart is a fool, but whoever walks wisely will be delivered." I intend to exercise wisdom more to balance out confidence.